One, two, three, four. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Dr. Paul here. Let's get rid of that background music, I think, today. Okay. Hey, how you doing? All right, Dr. Paul here. It's about to be quiz time. What is it? 2 minutes to 7. Welcome to Monday night quiz time. Pub quiz without a pub. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, such as the miracle of the modern age and the trauma and the tragedy too. Now I was just getting stuff set up. Little doodles, don't worry. Just cutting about here, getting stuff set up. Here I am. No, I don't. I'm fine. I was just getting stuff sorted out before I turned myself on, because you don't want to see me going blah, 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 getting things ready. You know what I mean? I could have put the PowerPoint up. I guess that's what I could have done. Let's see. Now. See, everything works. So it's pub quiz. It's Monday night, and our main sponsor tonight is Cross Borders Beer. They're making beautiful beer out of Esk Bank. That's Dalkeith, more or less. And you can win some of their great beer. Let me tell you this straight up. Right at the start is, if you like beer and you want to order some beer to get delivered to your house, which is just a nice thing, then consider doing it from our sponsor, Cross Borders, because they've been sponsoring us for a whole year, which is just great. And the other thing is, if you use the code DP Quiz on their website, if you're buying some beer, you get 10% off. So it's pretty good. So quiz time. How we doing? I'll just say hello to a few people. Hello, Mr. Hellman. All the way from Abbey Hill, Billy Central. Yeah, back in the game. One of the finer parts of town. Hello, Mr. Spage. Hello, Mr. Hogg. Hello, Marion. Hello, Janie. I saw Janie in real life on Friday. It was great. Took her a prize, because she don't live too far away, you see. And I'm a bit tight, a bit skin flinty, you know, so I thought, I'll just take it round. Turned out to be a good thing. Hey, Quiz Family. We are Quiz Family. I've got all the questions with me. Yeah. Disco. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I've missed anybody. Hello, Karen. Hello, Nick. Hello, the Grockles. Going to remove my... Hi, okay, I did. Hello, William. If you want to wind somebody up from S Bank, tell them from Dalkeith. Listen, William, I'm speaking from Edinburgh City here. Outside the walls of the city, we don't care. It's all the same. Midlothian, we don't care. Pumferston, Musselburgh, S Bank, Dalkeith, Penn Caitland. They're all exactly the same. We don't care. It's like Fife. We had the Tory on from Fife last week. I said, I'm just trying to place your accent. Are you from Dunfermline? Are you from Cowdenbeath? Because he's standing in Cowdenbeath constituency. And he says, well, kind of, you know, born in Rosyth and I moved to Dunfermline and then to Cowdenbeath. I'm like, mate, that's all the same. That's all exactly the same thing from our point of view. Anyway. 41, you'll be all right. Ratho doesn't exist. Ratho's a myth. Ratho is mytho. Livingston is its own thing. Nothing quite like Livingston. Well, apart from Glenrothes. I know, that's my point, Marion. It's all the same. To the city mind. We don't care about your daft wee town. Superb. It's good for a holiday. I mean, maybe not Pumferston, but hello, Keith. All right. Let's get on with it. I'm talking too much. It's 3 minutes past 7. Let's get on with the quiz. Pardon me. I'm a tone. No, it's not. It's all the same. It's over the bridge. That's all that matters. Please don't take me seriously, folks. That's the worst thing you can do. Right, give us a share. Hashtag DP quiz. Share out the quiz. Tell everybody about the quiz. Tell them how good it is and tell them that you're going to beat their ass. The McDougall jokes have begun. Right, how to play is you answer the questions. Mark yourself after each round. Yeah, you do the marking. You do your own marking. I don't have to do the marking. I might find that difficult when I actually do get back to the pub. I have to do the marking. Maybe I'll do this way, like in the pub. I used to do all the marking myself, like hand them in and I'd do all the marking. You know what? Maybe it's better like this. I don't know. Don't put answers in the chat unless I'm specifically asking you, and that's a bonus question. So if I ask a specific bonus question first to answer in the chat, then the first to answer in the chat will get on the Wheel of Names. What's the Wheel of Names? That is the Wheel of Names. Okay, that's an example of the Wheel of Names. You get your name on the wheel and you can win a prize because we're going to spin that at 8:30 for the prizes. Last time we played was Friday. I split up the scores according to quality of 80s party dance. Obviously, Superman is the best dance. I'm Smartcus, Karen Duff right at the top. London Lockdown, 74. Jono, 73. Good one. Scumbags on 73 as well. Stoby Stylers, Golden Girls. Noodle Doodles, Let's Get Quizzical Quattro for Maggio Heeds and Mints, John Meacham, the Chameleons, all in that top. Superman, Spray, Ski, Echelon, Hokey Cokey in the middle. Can't complain about Hokey Cokey, but Oops Upside Your Head at the bottom, sitting in a line of people on the floor, going from side to side. What the? I never got that. Never understood that. Okay. It's 5 past, right? Zoom quiz. You can hire me to do a private Zoom quiz. Get in touch. Deadpool's open for May. Sponsored tonight. Main sponsor is Cross Borders. Boom. Here's some previous winners. Look at all the happy beer people. Yes, you could be one of them tonight. I've also got a book from Karen. I can't remember which book, right? I'll tell you in a minute. 10% discount at Cross Borders if you use the code DP Quiz. And I think that's a previous prize. That's irrelevant. Forgot to delete a couple of slides. Right, here we go. Time for the quiz. How would you do the wheel? Sean's asking. What, in terms of the Superman song? Wheel, wheel, spray, ski, wheel. Like that. Something like that. Anyway, here we are at the start of the quiz. Let's get going. So the first round is the same letter round. Remember the main thing, don't shout out answers in the chat. Just write them down. After each round, I'll tell you the answers, all right? For each round's 5 questions usually. So the first round, same letter. All the answers to these questions begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So once you get the letter, you're flying. Here we go. Let's start off with some geography. Absolute prime plum center pub quiz fairs geography. Which West Coast US state has a state capital called Olympia? How would you do the wheel? Oh, in terms of being back in the pub, right? Yeah, I'll work something out. I could just use the wheel, hook it up to the screens, something like that. Be all right. Which country, which no longer exists, was the runner-up in 2 consecutive FIFA Men's World Cup football tournaments, 1982 and 1986. So twice in the 1980s, this country was second in the World Cup football, men's football. And it's a country that no longer exists. Which country is that? Remember, all the answers start with the same letter in the first round. What was that joke anyway, McDougall? What do you call it? A sick juggler, someone who can't stop throwing up. Nah, not buying it. See, I get it, but I'm not buying it. Right, number 3. Which singer was named in 2009 by the Guinness Records as the most awarded female singer of all time? And then she died in 2012. So most awarded means has won the most Grammys or the most Oscars, possibly. You know, all those different type of music awards, Mobos, Brits, all that sort of thing. So the most awarded female singer of all time. She got that title in 2009. 3 years later, she was dead. So which singer is that? Remember, all the answers begin with the same letter in the first round. Number 4, which statesman coined the Cold War phrase, the Iron Curtain, during a speech in 1946? So Eastern Europe was considered behind the Iron Curtain, but who came up with it? Or at least who is attributed as coining the phrase? A very well-known person. It's someone you've definitely heard of. All right. If you've got the letter, you could probably have a good guess at this already. And number 5, which word, right, this is a bit more tricky, which word begins the titles of 3 different songs? For Wham in 1984, Green Day in 2005, and Avicii in 2013. So 3 completely different songs by different artists, but each title begins with the same word. All right. And all the answers in this round begin with the same letter. Right, tell me if you are ready. That's the thing to do. Let me know if you are ready to hear the answers, and I'll move on to the answers. Ready, ready, ready. Thank you, Doyle Duff. Doyle Duff McDougall, Fowler. What a lineup. I'm going to quickly go over these questions one more time for anyone who's just come in late. Remember, it's the same letter round. You're looking for 5 answers that start with the same letter. So which West Coast US state has a state capital called Olympia? That's number 1. Number 2, who was second in the World Cup 2 years in a row, or 2 World Cups in a row, 1982 and 1986. It's a country that no longer exists. That's the Football Men's World Cup. Number 3, who is the most awarded female singer of all time? That was a title given to her in 2009 by Guinness Records, and then she was dead 3 years later. Number 4, which guy came up with the Iron Curtain, the idea of the phrase, the Iron Curtain? Speech in 1946, all right? And the last one, number 5, you're just looking for one word. I don't need to know the names of all the songs. Just come up with one word that is the first word for all these different hit songs. A hit for Wham in 1984, Green Day in 2005, and Avicii in 2013. Right, everyone's telling me that you're ready. Let's do it. Let's go bang. Ready for the answers? Yeah, me too. Here they come. Did you get a letter? Really hope so. Letter W. For why? What is the point? That's the W. So here come the answers. You're ready to mark yourself. Ready to mark yourself. 2 points for each of these correct answers that you have. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 is Washington. Olympia is the state capital of Washington. Suddenly got a huge moment of doubt that that's even true. Hang on a second. Let me just check. Washington State. Yeah, capital's Olympia. Right. I don't know why I suddenly had a sudden wobble about that being true, but just looked it up. It's perfectly true. Okay, Washington is correct. Right. Number 2, which country doesn't exist anymore? It was a runner-up twice at the Football World Cup in the 80s. Is West Germany. All right, there they are. That's them a few years later. That's 1990 when they actually won it. At that point, Germany had kind of reunified, but the team was still West Germany for one last time, so they won it then. Number 3, let me see. Oh yeah, most awarded female singer of all time, 2009, dead in 2012, is Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston. Great voice. The Iron Curtain? That was Winston Churchill came up with that one. There is your Iron Curtain, right across the continent. Some of you younger people won't even know what that's about. It's the good old days, everything was better. Number 5, Green Day, Avicii, and Wham. They all had songs with "wake" as the first word. So that's obviously "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." "Wake Me Up When September Ends," I think. And I think the Avicii one's just called "Wake Me Up." Right. You get 2 points. Pardon me. For every correct answer. So if you got them all right, you get 10 points. But there are bonuses to add on. You add 2 points on if somebody in your team is a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, then subscribe right now. Hit the subscribe. Your team gets an instantaneous 2 points. +1 if somebody shared the quiz tonight. You can do that now, get a point. and add 1 if it's your birthday. So the usual maximum without a birthday is 13. And we see some 13s coming through here. Noodle Doodles right into their stride straight away with 13. Well, Ms. Duff, Beag only got the letter on number 4, but filled them in. 13 points. Nice. Triangulation, Chameleons, UK Alliance. Is Janie dropping a bit? Pajero dropping a bit? But we're all right. Lots of good scores. Right, bonus question to get on a wheel. Name another top 5 hit that begins with the word wake. A hit in the UK charts begins with the word wake. First person who can do that will get on the wheel. It's got to be a top 5, right? And it's got to be not one of the ones we mentioned. So, what we got? Wake me up before you go. Wake up, no. Wake up, boo. Wake me up, Evanescence. Wake me up inside. Waiting for love. What? Wake up, boo. Let's see if wake up, boo was... Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. No, only got to number 9. Wake me up, Evanescence. See, I've got a thing open on the other thing here. Evanescence. Doesn't seem to be on there at all. Wake me up inside. What's that? Wake me up in... Nope. Not getting anything for that. There's quite a few on the page, so I'm having to do a wee search. Wakey. Wake up, little Susie. That looks likely. That could be it. Wake up, little Susie. Yeah. 1957. Everly Brothers got to number 2. So well done, Noodle Doodles. I think that's the first correct answer. So I'm going to put you on the wheel. Over here. Oh, there's loads of people already on the wheel. That's from Friday. Let's get rid of all those people. Let's put Karen on because we'll do one of Karen's books tonight and we'll do Noodle Doodles there. Right, okay. Why is the Evanescence one not on the list? Let me just look up something else. Let me search by Evanescence. Evanescence. It's called Bring Me to Life. That's why. Because it doesn't start with the word wake. That settles that one. I wondered what was going on there. Right, well done, Noodle Doodles. Right, okay, let's crack straight on. We've got a politician coming on at 8 o'clock tonight, so I want to get finished by 8. So let's crack on. Picture round. Right, 5 picture questions. Here we go. Domestic situation. Which household appliance can have an accessory which looks like this? If you get everything done for you, or you're a child, then you might not know this. But the rest of us, all too familiar. Which household appliance can have an accessory which looks like this? Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wow, 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 wow. Good tune. Right, number 2 is, who is this? Close-up facial, printed onto one of their CDs. They actually sent out CDs with that on it. Don't know why. Just to scare people. But who is this? Who's this famous rock star, famous musician, pictured on one of their CDs? That is question number 2. I thought the Evanescence thing was called Wake Me Up, but there you go. What's it called? Bring Me to Life. Bring Me to Life. Yeah. I was got to number 1. Crossover hit. Big crossover hit. Number 3 is a landmark. This guy's called Chris, friend of a friend. But which UK tourist attraction is Chris visiting? The clue is that this attraction in normal times anyway, gets around 800,000 visitors per year. Okay. Probably not last year. Probably not now, but usually under most situations, this place gets nearly 1 million visitors per year. UK tourist attraction. And there's a friend of a friend called Chris who's climbing up it. What is it? What's he? Where is he? Number 4. This is... Some people get upset by this sort of thing when I ask it in the pub because it's, in quotes, not really trivia. But the question is, how old is this guy? Get within 3 years. He's just a normal Canadian guy called Jeff. Nothing special about him. Not a trick question. It's just, can you tell how old people actually look? This is your chance to actually play this, because normally you have to be dishonest because somebody asks you in the pub and you immediately take 10 years off and then try and make it reasonable. And, you know, that's the point of this question, is you can actually try and work it out, actually try and have a guess, because we don't know Jeff. So it's okay, whatever you say. So try and get within 3 years. How old is Jeff? And number 5. Oh yeah, which small European country has the same name as the painter of this piece of modern art, which I think was painted in the 50s, possibly the 60s, but I think the 50s. Right, and the guy's surname is the same as a small European country. So what is the name of that place? A very small European country. All right, Sean, I give in. My wife is really mad at the fact that I've got no sense of direction. So I packed up my stuff and right. That's quite good. Sean, by a war of attrition, of just hammering the jokes through artillery, over the top, into the trenches of me, the pub quizmaster, you've got yourself on the wheel, right? There's one comedy spot per night. Sean likes to batter the jokes out until he gets on the wheel. That one got me. I like that one. Okay, I'll give you these questions again. Recap. Household appliance. Name the appliance that has that accessory. Who's this lurking on a CD, on their own CD? British rock star. Beeg says stuck on number 3. Can we have them again? Yeah, have a look at this. Friend of a friend. It's a personal photograph from Facebook, and Chris is climbing. He's going up the way, and he's on a tourist attraction there that gets around 800,000 people a year in a normal year. Where is he? What is he visiting? So that's question number 3. I'll leave it there for a few more seconds so you can have a look. Number 4 is just how old is Jeff? That's it. How old is Jeff? And the last one, name the country that has the same name as the painter of this. Let me have a look. Maybe 60s. That's hard to, I can't find it just now, but 50s, 60s, you know, right about then. Okay, everybody ready? Peter's ready. Bartley's ready. Let's do it. Come on. Picture round. Right, so it's a Hoover bag or vacuum cleaner. Be, you know, proper about it. A vacuum cleaner. If you said Hoover, that's fine. It's just a pub quiz. 2 points for a right answer. Number 2, it's the Beast. The clues in the title. The Beast. It can only be Phil Collins. He is the Beast. The man who stole all the money from Live Aid. The reason why Africa still starves today. Beast. Which UK tourist attraction is Chris visiting? It's the Blackpool Tower. There he is. Going up the long way. Not bothering with a lift. You can I don't know if you can tell, but you can have a guess from the colour, that red metal colour, you know. The only other thing I can think of which would be that colour would be the Forth Rail Bridge, but the Forth Rail Bridge doesn't get 1 million visitors per year. 1 million people might go over it, but that's slightly different. Right, how old did you say Jeff was? Well, I look at Jeff, I think he's pretty young, you know, but I think I might get this wrong. He's actually 30. I might look at Jeff there and go, he's like 20. But we're saying 30. So anything between 27 and 33 gives you the points. And then the small European country is Liechtenstein. First person to put a painter's first name in the chat gets on the wheel, right? Give us the painter's first name to get yourself a spot on the wheel. Mr. Liechtenstein, what's his first name? Okay, yeah, Roy. That's correct. So who was first? It was Raymond. Nice work, Raymond. You're on the wheel. Roy Liechtenstein. Okay. There you go. There's all the answers. Vacuum cleaner, Phil Collins, Blackpool Tower. Imagine those three things together in one episode. 30 years old and Liechtenstein. That's like the worst game of Cluedo ever. Phil Collins in the Blackpool Tower with the vacuum cleaner. Oh, we're saying typo on the artist. Liechtenstein. What, have I spelled it wrong? Come on. Well, you're right as well. He's Lich, L-I-C-H, and I've put the spelling of the country in there. You're quite right, Joe. So you're on the wheel as well, because that's the game. If you spot a mistake, point it out before either I notice or anybody else does, then you get on the wheel. So well done, Joe. Joe did answer about what happened with meeting Blur dressed as Pocahontas, but she answered on Instagram, so you might not have seen it, but she was invited to a party in Norfolk, I think, somewhere, or Norwich, down that way somewhere, by a person who turned out to be a cousin of Damon Albarn. Is that right? Told it was fancy dress, turned up as Pocahontas, and then the bit of the story you missed out was it actually fancy dress or not? Because you said you quickly changed back into your jeans and your docks when you realised what was going on. But was it not actually fancy dress? I don't know. Anyway, it was got the makings of a great story. Went wrong on Jeff. What did you say for Jeff if you got Jeff wrong? I would have said I would have gone too young. But they're quite healthy living. You've been to Liechtenstein. I've probably been to Liechtenstein and just missed it. It's that small. Vaduz. You can walk across it in like half an hour. 26. Aye. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, let's crack on. We've got 8s and 10s in that round. There's an 8s. We've got quite a few 8s, looks like. Let's get... Oh, it's a sound round. It's a standard music round tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Right, jammers. It was not fancy dress except the bands. Not cool. What? The bands were in fancy dress, but no one else was allowed to wear fancy dress? What kind of nonsense is that? What's this? I put Roy Liechtenstein and spelled it right next to Raymond. Just say, oh, what have I done now? Nah, I'm past it, right? Okay. I can't spend all night picking over the feed. Joe was the one I saw first, and sometimes that's the rule. Okay, so let's get iTunes on. Humana. Where are we tonight? That's what we want. Right, so I'm going to play you 5 bits of music. You've got to identify the artist. Here are the list of potential answers. David Bowie, Duran Duran, Moloko, Orange Juice, Placebo, Savage Garden, Sophie Ellis, Beck Starr, The Beatles, The Shadows, and Ultravox. Okay. The bands were not in fancy dress. Oh, I see, right. Oh, it was fancy dress except the bands. All right, okay, gotcha. Right. Sorry, I'm being a bit thick tonight. Okay, you ready? Here we go. All the answers are there on the list. Listen to the tunes, pick out the 5 right answers. Here they come.
Strikes again, and I got no right to take my place in the human race. And now I know how Joan of Arc felt. I heard the bells are ringing, a ding dong, a ding dong. I dream that I am sitting in the devil's company. He gave the sound of promise, seems that so well for me. I move so silently to the arms and the lips and the face of the human cannonball that I need to, I want to come stand a little bit closer, breathe in and get a bit higher. You'll never know what hit you when I get to you. I want you.
You know what? I was uninspired by the list of songs when I saw the list, but now that I'm playing them, I remember this is quite a good music round. Some good tunes in there. I'm going to play them one more time for those who want to hear them again. If you're ready, let us know that you're ready. Don't put any answers in the chat. Here they are one more time. Remember, all of the correct answers are on that list over there. Here they are one more time. Here they are one more time. Here they are one more time.
Strikes again, and I got no right to take my place in the human race. And now I know how Joan of Arc felt. I heard the bells are ringing, a ding dong, a ding dong. I dream that I am sitting in the devil's company. He gave the sound of promise, seems that so well for me. I move so silently to the arms and the lips and the face of the human cannonball that I need to, I want to come stand a little bit closer, breathe in and get a bit higher. You'll never know what hit you when I get to you. I want you.
No bad songs there. All great. All terrific. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you agree, Louisa. I think I'll do them all on Kazula Palooza later. Maybe. Right, you ready? It's going to tell you the answers. Straight into the answers here. So, you're all ready. I think you're all ready. Let's go. First one was The Shadows. Absolutely brilliant. Bonus to get on the wheel. Can you name that Shadows song? Like all the Shadows songs are, you know, the ones they didn't do with Cliff were all instrumentals. Most of the Shadows stuff was instrumental, but they all had titles. Can anyone name the that tune? La da 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 da. Yes. I kind of knew somebody would know it. That's brilliant. Well done, Sally. It's Wonderful Land. It's an album that my mum had when I was a little kid, and Great. Shadow's 20 golden greats is what I'm talking about. Just brilliant all the way through. Okay, so well done, Sally. You were the first to answer that correctly, and you are on the wheel. Nah, not Apache. Apache's track one, side one, number one. Amazing bit of music, but that's Wonderful Land, a little bit lighter. Anyway, back to the answers for the music round. Duran Duran. Wow, great song. Great band most of the time, but that's the absolute high point. The Chauffeur on the Rio album. Amazing. Number 3, Placebo, doing a very Placebo version of a Smiths song. Big Mouth Strikes Again. Number 4, Moloko. Good band as well. And the last one, don't really know much about them. I think it's a boy band type of thing, but that song's quite cool. Savage Garden. There you go. Shadows, Duran Duran, Placebo, Moloko, Savage Garden. How about that? How many points did you get? I thought it was good music around tonight. Good songs. Sorry if there's any children or young people watching that there's nothing from your era, but you know, just suck it up. You've got the internet and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. We never had that. I know you've got a pandemic and no job prospects as well, but hey ho, swings and roundabouts. What's for you won't go by you. You know what I mean? Oh, 4 out of 10. Shocker. Disaster. For Lumpy Gravy. 6 for the Spedge. Oof. Couple of... Hey, there's Jerry got 10 out of 10. Come on. Full marks for the Heeds. Triangulation. 10 out of 10. Hello, Anne. And to all of Triangulation. I was speaking to Brass Monkey Leith, middle of May. That's what they reckon. That's the current guess. They're not going to open until they can do booze indoors. It's not worth it otherwise. So we're looking at mid-May. That's the gist. He saw the shadows. Still a shadow. Who hasn't got shadow? Who doesn't live in the shadows? Went for Ultravox instead of Placebo. Nah. Robert Jones. Listen, you won a prize last Monday and I don't have your address and you've got to send me your address, okay? And I can't even remember what the prize is now, but it's on my list of things. Get Robert Jones's address. So send me your address, please, so I can send you a prize. Right, let's crack on. Time for a conundrum. You get 60 seconds to solve this. Do not shout out the answer in the chat. Just give everybody the 60 seconds. If you do get it, you can say in the chat, got it, or ready, or something like that. But don't shout out the answer. And the conundrum is just an anagram, but you're looking for a standard English language word. It's not the name of anything. You know what I mean? Common, well, it's not even necessarily a noun, but a common word, not a proper noun. Right, ready? Here we go. Non fatore, or non-fat or. Non fatore. That's how I read that, just instinctively. So let us know if you get this. Don't put the answer in the chat because everybody gets 60 seconds to solve this. You get 3 points if you get this. If you can unscramble these words, these letters rather, to make a word. Hello, David. Welcome. Yeah, Big mentioned earlier that you were on your way. So welcome. 10cc still touring with one of the front men left, Graham Goldman. I went to an event in Skegness a couple of years ago. It was like 60s Butlins, you know. And there was all these bands there. And quite a lot of them were like from the 60s because it was a 60s weekender. And they were still going on the strength that they still had one original member, like the keyboardist or something. It was quite good. I'm chatting away. We're out of time. Right, okay. 3 points if you got this. The correct answer, unscramble that, you get the word afternoon, as in skyrockets in flight. Afternoon delight. 3 points if you got afternoon. Well done. Add that onto your score. Hockey. Let's crack on. Give me a thumbs up, please. This is me officially asking you for the thumb. Give me your thumb. If you like the quiz, please like the quiz. It's just a little action, costs nothing, Helps me. Thank you very much. Nah, didn't get afternoon. Oh, well. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Okay, here we go. Oh, Hexo. Right, I better skedaddle. Hexo takes a wee while sometimes. Right, so do you know, most of you here have been here before and you know how Hexo works. Here's how Hexo works if you don't know. I'll ask you questions. You've got to try and find the letters on the grid in the hexes that answer the question. So you see, this is an example of how it works over here. You see, the lead singer of Queen is Freddie Mercury. So you look at the board for FM, try and find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, FM. And then I say UK state broadcaster. You think instinctively, you just know that it's BBC. So you look for BBC. There it is. Okay, you know what I mean? That's how you play Hexo. Right. Here's the actual board for tonight. Here we go. So the first one is a person who's best known for being a disc jockey on Radio 1, a person who died in 2004, and a person who has a stage named after them at the Glastonbury Music Festival. I see you guys talking about 10cc, yeah. I have a really good band. Loads and loads of great songs. Okay, so Radio 1 DJ died in 2004. Has got a Glastonbury stage named after him, for it is a man. Number 2 on tonight's Hexo is a UK agency providing intelligence and security based in Gloucestershire. So it's kind of spies, you know what I mean? Intelligence gathering, security agency, that sort of thing. Official, you know, like government. And they're based in Gloucestershire in a building called the Donut. So who is that? It's 4 letters. You see the number in the brackets is the number of letters you're looking for. And you don't have to know what it stands for. You just have to know the letters. You just have to get the letters to get the points, all right? Number 3 is a city in South Africa, which as recently as February this year has been renamed. It's renamed. It's now officially called Edinburgh, which is Xhosa language. Now, I watched a full tutorial earlier on YouTube to try and work out how to pronounce this. And it's got clicks. Edinburgh. Something like that. It's quite difficult if you don't habitually click. Anyway, that's the official name now, but the 2 letters is the name that it's better known as, and most people living there still call it that. So what is the old name of Edinburgh? Ha. Man. The guy who was doing the tutorial was really good, actually. Hasn't helped me much. Number 4, company founded 1909 as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company. So it's a company that exists these days. I'm looking for the modern name of the company. It was founded back in 1909 as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company. It's had a few name changes. What's it called now? You just got to find the letters, remember. You don't have to know what it stands for. And then number 5 is a British/Iraqi architect who is known as the Queen of the Curve. She designed the Aquatics Centre at for the London Olympics, the 2012 Olympics, and loads and loads and loads of other buildings around the world. So a very highly respected, very famous architect. And she is half British, half Iraqi. She's known as the Queen of the Curve. So there you go. You tell me if you're ready. I don't know. I honestly can't tell if this is really hard or pretty straightforward. Pajero is ready. Hello, Pajero. Thank you very much. Karen's ready. Cats is ready. Hello, Phil. I don't think I've seen your name so far tonight, but there you are. Noodle Doodles. Leith style. By the way, everybody who's in Leith, the political candidate we have on tonight at 8 o'clock is standing in Edinburgh, Leith and Edinburgh North, or Edinburgh North and Leith, whatever they're calling it these days, which is my constituency as well. She is Rebecca Bell of the Liberal Democrats, and she'll be on at 8 o'clock to face pub quiz versus politics. Oh, sorry, Louisa. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'll give you a few more seconds because I inadvertently covered that up. I sometimes forget. The option is to leave more space and make the hexes smaller, but I think it's better like this. I've just got to try and remember not to do that. Right, loads of people ready. You'll still have a couple of seconds when we get onto the screen, okay? So here come the answers. You ready for this? So Radio 1 disc jockey, Glastonbury stage, 2 letters. He's one of the most famous DJs of all time on Radio 1. It's John Peel, JP for John Peel. And like for all the questions, you don't have to know that it stood for John Peel, as long as you got the JP. Okay, that's your 2 points for JP. Number 2, the intelligence agency based at the Donut in Gloucestershire, specifically in the town of Cheltenham, is GCHQ, Government Communication Headquarters, is what it stands for. I think my half-sister's husband works in there, testing sheep or something like that. I don't know. I'm not. I should know that, shouldn't I? Anyway, number 3 is a South African city now known as Becha. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. Up until February this year, it was called PE. That's Port Elizabeth. Port Elizabeth. 2 points for that. Amazing climate. Yeah. Number 4 is BP, British Petroleum, or maybe it just stands for BP now, but BP is the answer. It started as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company in 1909 when some British geologists found oil in Iran, and it was the first significant discovery of oil in the Middle East. It changed the history of the area from then on, really. Number 5, British Iraqi architect. This is a bit if I know it or you don't want it. She's called Zaha Hadid. All right, it's Zaha Hadid. So let's get rid of the extra letters. There you go. There's the answers. I think that was quite difficult, actually. I think it was a difficult round tonight. GCHQ. Is it still famous? I don't know. JP, John Peel. I reckon you all would have got John Peel. Most of you would have got John Peel. I would say more than half of you would have got GCHQ. Port Elizabeth, 50-50. BP, good chance of getting that. And Zaha Hadid, I think, is more difficult. But what you tell me, Fat Boy got 6, Felix and Co got 10 out of 10. Nice work. Karen Duff got 10. Noodle Doodles got 10. Marion got 10. We're on good form tonight. UK Alliance got 6. Did she? In Glasgow, I take it you're talking about. Zaha Hadid did the Transport Museum in Glasgow. Didn't know that. I've not been to the new one. I used to go to the old one all the time when I lived in Glasgow. I used to love that place, but I've never been to the new one. Tough round, but learned something. It's very British. It was a tough round, but we learned something. Was that 8? But I knew the first name was Zaha. Did I get one? Aye. Yeah, go for it. That'll do. Do we get 1 point for Z? Went for Z's. Not really. I mean, but I said yes already to Jonathan because he knew Zaha. You judge it, folks. If you think you were halfway there, give yourself a point. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what it looks like. I know exactly what it looks like. I really want to go there. I've just never really quite got around to going there. I did a Maggie's in Kirkcaldy as well. Nice. Right letters, wrong order, full points. Aye, that's fine. You just got to get those letters. That's right. Okay, let's crack on. We've got 2 rounds to fit in before 8 o'clock. No team of the day. Right, British game shows. This was suggested by Brian Lambert. I don't know if he's here tonight. I've not seen that name. In fact, I don't really remember seeing that name on the live quiz, Brian Lambert. So I don't know if he maybe comes here and lurks or doesn't say anything or doesn't come at all and is just on the Facebook group. Anyway, he suggested Brucey game shows, Bruce Forsyth game shows. So here we are, 50-50. Right. The greatest Quizmaster. Salute to the Quizmaster, right? So, number one, what was the name of Bruce Forsyth's game show segment on Sunday night at the London Palladium, which he hosted back in the 1950s and 1960s? Was it called Beat the Clock, or was it called Take a Letter? That is Bruce Forsyth back in the day, 50s and 60s. That's how long he was on the go on national television. And it was a variety show, but what was the name of the game show segment of that show? Was it called Beat the Clock or Take a Letter? That's question number one. And the Bruce Forsyth game shows 50-50 rounds. Number two, Ding Dong. So when Bruce Forsyth got married to Anthea Redfern, who was his co-star from the Generation game, they got married in 1973. But how long did the marriage last? Was it 6 months or 6 years? That is Bruce Forsyth and Anthea Redfern. They're both on it. He was the host. She was a co-host on Generation Game. They got married 73. How long did it last? 6 months or 6 years? Question number three. Right. Greatest show ever, possibly. Play Your Cards Right, right? When it was hosted by Bruce Forsyth in the UK. But what was the original version called, which was an American show? Was it called Card Sharks or was it called Double Deal? Okay. Card Sharks or Double Deal. What was the name of the original show which became Play Your Cards Right with Bruce Forsyth? That's question number three. This is the 50-50 Bruce Forsyth game shows round. Question number four. Bruce Forsyth's television career was almost all inside the UK, but he did get a gig once where he did a series of a game show for a network. But in which country? Was it Australia or was it United States? That's question number four. So Bruce Forsyth did one series of a game show outside of the UK, but where about? Australia or USA? That's question number four. Question number five is Bruce Forsyth's catchphrase, which was turned into a show. So which one of Bruce Forsyth's catchphrases was also the title of a television show on the BBC in 2004? Was it "Didn't they do well?" or "Nice to see you"? To see you. Nice. So which one of those catchphrases was turned into a format? Didn't they do well or "Nice to see you" to see you nice? Okay. That is the 50-50 round. I'm going to do a quick recap for you. Then I'll show you the answers. Then we've got one more round to go, and then we've got politics versus pub quiz at 8 o'clock with Rebecca from the Lib Dems. She's turned up, which is good. I can see her. You can't see her. It's all right, but she's there. Fantastic. Right, okay. So here they are again. What was the game show segment called Sunday night at London Palladium? Beat the Clock or Take a Letter. Number two, how long was his marriage to Anthea Redfern? 6 months or 6 years. Number three, what was the original version of Play Your Cards Right called when it was an American show? Was it Card Sharks or Double Deal? Where did he actually go abroad and host a show? Australia or USA? And number five, which one of his catchphrases got turned into a show that he hosted in 2004? Was it "Didn't they do well?" or "Nice to see you"? To see you, nice. Right, good. Thank you for telling me that you're ready. It's not a hard round to get ready for because you just got to pick an answer. It's the 50-50 round. So here come the answers with no further skidoo. Okay, Sunday night at London Palladium. I've known about this for years and never actually seen it or watched it until today when I was writing these, and I watched a bit on YouTube. It's mental. It's called Beat the Clock. Beat the Clock. All right. I could go into a long description, but couples have to do ridiculous tasks, basically catching balls and nets and stuff like that. And they got to do it before the time. And they win some money. You know, it's great. There's it going on. There's a big clock in the background. Number two, Anthea Redfern. How long did the marriage last from 1973? It was 6 years. They actually managed 6 years together. There they are. I can't explain that photograph. I don't know what to say about it, but I'll leave you to interpret it. That's showbiz in the 70s, folks. Number 3, play your cards right. What was the original version called? It was called Card Sharks. I might have got that wrong if you'd asked me. I didn't know that. Card Sharks. Number 4, I didn't know this either until I was reading about it this morning. He did one show outside of the UK. It was in the United States. Bruce Forsyth's Hot Streak, it was called, which doesn't sound nice at all. Actually, Big, I'll make that the bonus question. What was Take a Letter? Name the variety show that included Take a Letter in the 80s. Right, there was a little quiz segment in a variety show called Take a Letter. 80s is where I remember it from. So what show was that on? First person to answer that correctly will be on the wheel, get their name on the wheel. It's Big's question, but you can answer it. First to answer gets on the wheel. Take a letter. Do you remember that? You had to run up to a board and take a letter and bring it back. And I'm amazed nobody's got that straight away. No, not Countdown, not Golden Shot, not Blankety Blank, not Indoor League. No, it's a kids show. It's a kids show that had a little segment called Take a Letter. And it was on Fridays. No. All right, I'm amazed. Maybe I'm just a bit of a game show geek. I just thought more people would know this. Not Tiz was... Nah, it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock. It's what? Crackerjack. That's it. Yay. Nice one, Alison. That is you on the wheel. First to answer that one. Hi, Crackerjack with Stu Francis. Could crush a grape, could jump over a doll's house, all that sort of thing. Absolutely amazing. Great show, great guy. Right, okay. Bruce Forsyth Hot Street, that was the USA. Lasted for one series, didn't do that well. Which catchphrase was made into a show? It was called Didn't They Do Well? All right. There he is, giving it to Brucey. So, I liked writing that round. I don't know if what you thought about that round. I've been asking you a lot for themes for the rounds, for 50-50. So I don't know if you liked that or not. Beat the Clock, 6 years, Card Sharks, United States, and Didn't They Do Well? Got one more round for this quiz tonight. So I hope you're keeping your scores. I'm going to get you to upload your scores at the end. He's got it in the end. Raymond, William, Marion, Gary, Peter all knew it was Crackerjack. Margaret Ann knew it was Crackerjack. In the end. Went for Australia. Yeah. No, it's strange to think of Bruce Forsyth in the States. I watched a little clip of it earlier on. It didn't look that great. Good round. Okay, good. I'm happy with that. 6 for triangulation. 6 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Cry. Yeah, okay, a difficult round. Right, okay, let's move on. Let's do the final round, and then we're going to have some politics versus pub quiz. So double or bust, ladies and gentlemen, is the final round. You know how this goes. You get 4 points for every correct answer. That's double. Usually questions are worth 2. Now they're worth 4. 4. So it's double. So you can get 20 points if you get them all right. But you're under risk of going bust. If you put one wrong answer in this round, then you get bust. You get 0 for the round. To avoid getting bust, you can leave blanks. You do not have to answer every question. All right, you choose which ones you're going for. You ready? Here we go. Abbey Hillbillies have already bettered their 41 they got last time, so that's good news for the Abbey Hillbillies. Okay. Here we go. Double or bust. Right. First one is... it's an African geography question. On which ocean is the African port city of Dar es Salaam? Raymond's already announcing Boz out for this round. Doing it blind. Blind Boz out. BBO. So Dar es Salaam. I'm not even asking you what country, just what ocean does it sit on? It's Dar es Salaam. Number 2. Name the actor who was born in 1960, studied ballet for 5 years, and then has starred in such films such as Street Fighter, Universal Soldier, and Double Impact. So it's an action movie star. Born in 1960, studied the ballet for 5 years, as well as martial arts, and has been in such films as Street Fighter, Universal Soldier, and Double Impact. Number 3. In 2022, if all goes to plan, which city will become the first city in the world to have hosted both the summer and the winter Olympic Games? There's quite a few cities that have hosted the summer games twice. There's a few cities that have hosted the winter games twice. But next year, which city will become the first to have hosted the summer and the winter Olympic Games? Looking for a city, all right? Name of a city. Number 4, Russian literature, of course, your favorite. What kind of bird is also the title of a play written by the Russian dramatist Anton Chekhov, 1895? So Chekhov, one of your top guys from Russian drama. What was the name of his play that he wrote in 1895? It's also a type of bird. And the last one, number 5, is a what year question. You have to get within 2 years to get the point. So what year did these things both happen? The drummer of Def Leppard lost an arm in a car crash. Still a drummer. And the Bank of England issued their last £1 notes. They basically stopped doing £1 notes. So what year is that? That's Def Leppard drummer lost an arm in a car crash. And the Bank of England issued their last £1 note. So you've got to get within 2 years. If you're spot on, obviously get the points. If you're 1 or 2 years out, you get the points. If you're 3 years out, you get bust. If you go for it. You can leave it if you like. So Karen Duff's going balls out. Let's see. I'm just going to recap these questions quickly, then we'll get the answers pretty soon. We're just hitting 8 o'clock now, so we're just a tiny bit behind time. Not too bad. Right, on which ocean is the African port city of Dar es Salaam? Just name the ocean. Number 2, Street Fighter, Universal Soldier, Double Impact. Who's the actor? He did ballet for 5 years. Number 3, first city to host the summer and the winter Olympic Games will be as of next year, if everything goes ahead. What city is that? Number 4, what's the bird that's the type of, what's the type of bird, rather, that is the title of Anton Chekhov's play, 1895? Or the usual English translation, anyway, put it that way. And what year? Drummer from Def Leppard became mainly armless, mostly armless, and the Bank of England issued their last £1 notes. Okay, I'm about to show you the answers, folks. Before I do that, I'm just going to remind you that I am running this quiz for the love of being a quizmaster, but also in the hope of getting some tips. This is how I'm supporting my family until I can get back in the pub. It's been a long year. It's been a crazy year. So thank you to those who have donated and who do donate. Really appreciate it. That's a link I'm just putting in the chat. Quid, you know what I mean? If you went to a pub quiz tonight, you'd spend loads of money getting there, loads of money on booze, loads of money getting home, and you wouldn't know yourself, you know. But so a couple of quid for me, that's a decent deal. Thanks very much. If you can't donate or don't want to donate, that's fine. Thanks very much for doing the quiz. Please tell other people about the quiz. But great love and appreciation to those who do tip. Thank you very much. Right, I'm going to get on to the answers. Lumpy Gravy only going for 2. Triangulation going for 4. Noodle Doodles going for 4. Ball's out for Mr. Doyle, Ms. Duff, Mr. Hogg. Let's go. Let's find out what happens. High stakes. Right, number 1, Dar es Salaam is on the Indian Ocean. It's a port city in Tanzania. Tanzania is correct. So Indian Ocean is right. It's the east coast of Africa. A couple of bits of African geography tonight. I know you love it. Quite a few people just going for 4. I wonder which one you're missing out. Right, Universal Soldier, Double Impact, Street Fighter. That is Jean-Claude Van Damme for Belgium. There he is. Don't know what he's up to there. Is he just about to get his jab? Stick it in there, big man. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Right, 2022, next year, if it goes ahead. The first city to host both the Winter and Summer Olympics will be Beijing, China. They had it back in 2008, the Summer Olympics, and they're due to have the Winter Olympics next year. Beijing is the right answer. Maybe that's the one folk we're missing out, because I don't think we've heard too much about that. All right, The Bird. That's the play by Anton Chekhov. A lot of you are quite intellectual, so I reckon some of you will know this. It's the seagull. The usual English translation is the seagull. Some people say it should just be the gull because it's set nowhere near the sea. Anyway, by the by, seagull, or if you just put gull, that's fine because that's a decent translation of the Russian as well. But usually known as English as the seagull. And there it is. There's a in that version anyway. There's a seagull in the play. I don't know anything about it. And the last one, right? Def Leppard guy loses an arm in a car crash, which I haven't read about it today. No sympathy. It's pretty much his fault. And the Bank of England issued their last £1 notes. That was 1984. 1982 to 1986 is good enough to get the point. So within 2 years either way. All right. Anything you said anything between 82 and 86, then you got the points. Right. Let me know how you got on. There's the answers all together. One last spot on the wheel who can tell me the connection between the two things in the last question. The Bank of England £1 notes and the Def Leppard drummer. What's the extra connection apart from being 1984? First person who can put that in the chat will get on the wheel, and then we're going to play pub quiz versus politics. Right, here comes some total scores in the meantime. 76 for the Duff. Yes. Serious. Nah, nothing to do with Sheffield. Nothing to do with place. He was paid in pound notes. No. It's just more than what was in the question. It's not to do with place. It's to do with time. Nah, it didn't happen in Sheffield anyway. It happened in Snake Pass. His car crash. He was trying to overtake. You know what I mean? His picture was on a pound note. Nah, I'm going to have to give you more clues. Nah, his name wasn't Sterling. Yeah, he was called Rick Allen. More than just the fact that it was 1984. More than just the fact that it was 1984. Come on. First person to work this out from the clues that I'm giving you here. Get on the wheel of names and therefore be up for the prizes. Jonathan, that's funny. That's actually funny. I'll put you on the wheel for that. Yeah, they happen on the same day. That's it. Cats has got it. 31st of December, 1984. Both those things happened on the same day. It was the last pound notes from the Royal Bank, or not the Royal Bank, the Bank of England, and it was Hogmanay afternoon. In the afternoon, he's trying to overtake somebody in his fast car, his fast pop star's car, and he goes off the road. Badly injuring himself, obviously, and his girlfriend. Bit of a knob, really. Anyway, okay, let's. All right. Before I say hello to Rebecca, I'm just going to give you your link to upload your scores, folks. So score upload here. Copy. Put it in the paste. There we go. Some good scores coming in. Some low scores. There's scores all over the place tonight. It looks like. There's the link. Get your scores uploaded. I'm going to play pub quiz versus politics, then we're going to come back to games for names and spin the wheel at 5:30. So we say hello. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to say hello to Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. Hello.
Hiya, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Fantastic. You sound good. How are you doing?
Yes, I was like enjoying listening to the end of the quiz there, and glad that my daughter stopped yelling upstairs just before.
Yeah, you were saying about normally put your daughter to bed. How old is your daughter?
She's 22 months. She's going to be 2 at the end of May, but gone through a phase when it has to be me to put to bed. So glad we've broken the cycle tonight. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, got you out of a job. So she hasn't really decided her politics yet, no?
Well, you could say that, although we joke that she's the littlest Lib Dem because she's managed to sneak into pictures occasionally in the paper. Like I turn up to an event just with her, and then the photographers are like, "Oh, let me take a picture of a baby." Like, no, we're talking about this.
Well, it's a classic politician move, isn't it? On the campaign trail, is you kiss a baby. Now, obviously, there's COVID and all that. Oh, you've got your own baby, which is just one step ahead, isn't it? You thought about it. You planned this stuff. Let's think about it. 22 months. Yeah, you must have. You know, it's fixed term parliaments, isn't it? You knew when the election was
coming.
coming.
You what, when I stood in the general election in 2019 and I had a 6-month-old, that was not planned.
So I'm going to ask you about your background. I can see that there's it's like one of those detective shows from America where there's like post-it notes on the wall and there's all these different colors. Is that your campaign?
The post-it notes are literally my daughter playing with them. So
right.
That's out with the constituency. So this is a great map my friend made me. Gregan, shout out to Gregan. He's an awesome.
Oh, it is a map. Oh no, I can see it now. I can see it now. There's the harbour at the top, and there's
all the
New Haven to the left and all that.
Credit to him. He's retired, but basically a full-time volunteer. He helps us out a lot.
Very nice. So how did you get into politics then?
It wasn't like when I was young. I think I remember when I went to senior schools, when I first started getting interested in it, it was like a big election, when Blair got elected. And I just really remember, I don't know, I just was a bit of a fan. So then I didn't join the Labour Party.
Obviously, he wasn't a Lib Dem. Like, so how come you've not ended up being
I think when I was young, I made an absolute point of saying I'm not going to join any of the parties. All I want to do when I vote is like find out about the candidate and then choose the best candidate in the local elections. But I grew up in South London, and to be honest, there weren't any Lib Dems near me. And when we moved up here, there were a few more. But by then, I'd been a journalist for like 8 years, and I worked in political programming. So I had to not be a member of a party. But by that point, I was already like in secret a Lib Dem. So I could only become a member later on in like 2013, 14.
Actually, see on that thing, there's you can't be a member of a political party if you're doing political journalism. Is it not a case that one of the top BBC guys was, used to be a young Tory, like Peston or something like that? Or
no. I'm not saying it was a rule. There's politically restricted jobs, but I just thought it was best for the fact that I was like actually in the election results team. It's probably not a sensible idea to join a party. So it's my own choice. Yeah.
No, it is a good idea. I mean, like journalists should be away from the parties, but hey ho. So now I mentioned it earlier on, but I'll just say it again now that you're on. You're standing in Edinburgh North and Leith. Is that right? Technically
Edinburgh Northern, but yes, Edinburgh Northern and Leith.
Okay, right. I mean, I live in the constituency, and it changes the name occasionally. So I looked at the result from 2016. Lib Dems were a distant fourth, so it
did not do well last time.
How's it going this time? Is it any better?
Well, I've got to be honest with you. Today, I'm pretty crestfallen because we were meant to start canvassing today, which is absolutely the best thing about campaigning, when you just knock on doors and go, "Hiya, fancy a vote," and chat to people. That's what I really enjoy. So I was so looking forward to it today. That was what I was going to be doing all day. But it's been pushed back. I don't know when the government are going to okay it. So I'm a bit down about that.
So when did you find that out?
A few days towards the end of last week. We thought there was like a rumor of it happening, but like just at the end of last week.
So you say it's the best thing ever. Do you ever get a mouthful of abuse, like you knock on doors?
Oh yeah. I mean, but you remember, like I'm used to doors being slammed at me. Like I was a journalist, so I've pretty thick skin. Like, you know, the talk show the talk radio show LBC. So I used to be an assistant producer there. So I'd pick up the phone and I'd filter out the people before they went on air. So imagine the stuff you hear that before the on air. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a similar job at the BBC years and years ago, late night Radio 5, and most people were drunk that phoned in. That was the thing. It was a lot of drunk people.
I just got more abuse than drunken, actually, I think.
Right. Well, ours was on at midnight, you know, so it was like.
Well, the time of I did mornings at the weekend, like the early morning shifts at the weekend.
Yeah. So, are you working now, or are you like sort of full
I
time
work at
mum,
Holyrood.
political candidate? Oh, you work at Holyrood.
Yeah, for an
What do you do?
MSP.
What do you do?
So I work for the Edinburgh Western MSP Arts Hamilton.
All right.
And
Okay.
what I did was I left. I worked at Kingdom FM in Fife, which is an independent station. It was great fun. Really great news team there. And I was like, right, I'm just going to be done, take a break. So I just handed my notice in because I had such a long notice period as editor. And I was like, I'm just going to leave and find a job. And then, like, during my notice period, suddenly the staff election was called, and everyone was joking that I'd like phoned Theresa May, like, can you do us a favour?
Yeah.
Career-wise, so the BBC called me the same day, like, can you come back and help? And I nearly did, because I really missed the team. And like every night, you know, the people who watch the election night programming, all the folk in the back in the black t-shirts, that was me running around, wait for 36 hours. Kind of, it was a mad but loads of fun. And I did it every year for a long time, and yeah, I still miss it, to be honest. But I thought I could go back and do this, but maybe I should try politics. And I think I said in my interview, like, I spent so many years working at so many different TV and radio programs, talking about what politicians should be doing, and I was like, maybe I should get involved rather than doing it.
I mean, like, it doesn't look like it doesn't look like your most likely way to get elected standing as a Lib Dem these days in Edinburgh North. I mean, I don't know how it's going to go, but you tell me you've done all these years, still look about 25. So obviously you're going to climb the.
I'm 35.
Not bad, going nice. So you obviously got to climb the pole and get a more electable seat next time, something like that, you know.
I mean, I was at when Willie Rennie and I were at a photo shoot last week, and a photographer said, do you know what? I think they owe you a winnable seat. And then I said, can I quote you that to Willie? And then he said, oh yeah, we're tackling gender, but the next thing is diversity, because him and I work a lot on, because I'm mixed race. We do a lot of work on that, and all the parties need to do better, but we're really trying to improve.
Well, you know what's going to go in your favour is if you get a good score in the quiz here. That's what's going to really. I
feel really glad to my mate Charles, because he did a good turn last week.
He did fantastic.
I knew he'd be great because he's brilliant with this stuff. See, I enjoy a pub quiz. But if I'm honest, I used to do my pub quizzes with my mate Sam, who's brilliant. So he just carried the team, and I kind of turned up for the fun. But we'll see how we go.
You've been at my quiz. You've done Dr. Paul quiz.
I think the brass monkey one. Yeah.
Yeah. Aye, you'll be all right. You'll be fine. So I'm going to start. We're going to get into it now because of you got stuff to do there, and I've got to get on with everybody else. So it's great talking to you. But I'm going to start the quiz. Quick explanation how it works. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. That's all it is. First question is worth 1 point. Second question is worth 2 points, and so on. So they get slightly more difficult every time. You start off easy, get more difficult. If you got them all right, you would score 55 points. Okay, and nobody's done that. But you'll get a good score. It's because of there's good performance by Charles the other week. So Lib Dems are just behind the Greens, just behind first place. This should shoot you into first place. All right. So here we go. And there's a couple of multiple choice ones along the way. And don't be afraid to think out loud or have a wonder. So let's just get started. Here we go. So first one's really easy, just to get you going. 1 point. In which sport was the Scottish sportsman Andy Murray a former world number one?
Tennis.
Yeah, there we go. Nice and easy on the board. So that's 1 out of 1. 1 scored, 1 point, 1 question. 100% so far. Absolute success. Question number 2. Now, television. Now, you seem quite intellectual, so you probably don't know this, right? So, which television talent show made stars out of Leona Lewis and Little Mix? And to be completely honest, I would get this wrong. I don't know. I don't watch TV because I'm intellectual too.
I loved watching those programs. I watched X Factor when they both won. I'm a huge Little Mix fan. So.
And you've given us the answer there. X Factor is perfect. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm just I'm way too esoteric and poetical for all that type of thing.
This was a long time ago. I don't watch them now, but.
Well, you're doing a great job there, Rebecca. You're coming across as bright and intellectual, but still in touch with the people. You're doing a great job.
I'm not ashamed, people like, I should be ashamed of Saturday Night Telly. I'm like, no, it's great fun. I watch both.
You're absolutely right to think that. Yeah, there's some snobbery around that. Right. Okay. Question number 3. For 3 points. Which piece in chess can only move in diagonal lines?
Oh, I used to play chess with my dad, Bishop.
Yes, very good. Right, 3 out of 3 so far. Brilliant. Great start. Now, this is more difficult, but it is a 50-50. It's a multiple choice question. So question number 4, which manifesto did the Italian Filippo Tommaso Marinetti write in 1908? Was it the Anarchist Manifesto or the Futurist Manifesto?
In what year?
1908. The guy was called Filippo Tommaso Marinetti, and he was Italian. And I'm asking, was it the Anarchist Manifesto or the Futurist Manifesto?
The Anarchist?
No, it was the Futurist Manifesto. It was an expression of artistic philosophy, apparently.
Ooh.
And I said I'm an intellectual. I got no idea about that stuff. That was bad luck. That was a very difficult one for 4 points. Question number 5, though. Get you back on board here. Hakuna Matata is a song from which 1994 Disney animated film?
One of my favourite films of all time, The Lion King.
Perfect. 5 points. Bang. We're going great. Right. Number 6 is a modern technology. Well, modern for me. I don't know. You young people is probably, it's probably old hat. But you have a QR code. The square things with all the little dots, a QR code. What do the letters QR stand for?
Oh, my husband will definitely know this. QR.
Yeah, but he's not doing the quiz.
Yeah, he's a software developer, so he would ace that. QR. Reader. I don't know what the Q would be. Quota reader? No. Don't know.
Well, given the amount of time that you're trying to come up with an answer, it's kind of ironic. It's a quick response.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. In other words, who cares? That's interesting. Who cares, Doctor?
I've never known that.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. Everybody knows our QR code. Yeah, sure, but it's like USB, Anyway, no harm done. You just got 2 wrong so far. That's all right. Question number 7 is another 50-50 one. You can guess this one if you don't know it. In which century did the English physician William Harvey publish a book showing for the first time that blood travelled around the body in a circuit? When did he come up with that? Was it the 11th century or the 17th century? So there's quite a difference there. William Harvey, English physician.
At 17th.
Yeah, good answer.
Because I remember they used to do leeches and stuff for a long time. They didn't understand blood.
That's right. And the other clue in that question is published a book, because there was no books back in.
Yeah.
So it's extra wee clues there. You're going great. You're back on track again. Right. Question number 8. You've got 3 to go, and they start getting slightly more difficult now. You can work this one out loud before you come to an answer. How many states of the United States begin their name with the letter O?
Oh, that's a good question. How many? So got Ohio.
Right.
Oklahoma's a city. I think of another state. See, I've been to the States a couple of times.
Yeah, I've been to Ohio. I've been to one with an O, but there's definitely more than one.
North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, Washington.
Washington.
So many. I'm thinking of so many states, and none of them come with O. There must be more than Ohio. Ohio.
I don't have to know their names. You just got to give me a number so you can maybe guess it.
I could hazard a guess.
Yeah.
4?
Oh, 3 is the right.
I nearly said 3. Damn it.
Like Ohio, Oklahoma, and Oregon are the 3.
I said Oklahoma. I doubted Oklahoma.
Yeah, well, it's a city in Oklahoma, so yeah, it is a city, but it's also a state. Right, number 9. See if you can get this one. Only the surname is all you need for this one. Which inventor filed the patent for vulcanized rubber back in 1844 and still has his name on tires today?
Wow. So the person who had the patent for rubber in when?
1844. Vulcanized rubber, that is. And still has...
I wish I'd looked closer at wheels before.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that interesting.
No, I could guess a name that would be on rubbers. No idea.
I guess is
I'll say Walsh.
no. You probably heard the name Charles Goodyear.
Oh
Yeah.
God. I did
Goodyear.
a story on the Goodyear. Never mind. Years ago, I did a story about them.
I know how it goes. This, is the next story the next day. And right, last one, 10-point question. This is your chance for the big score. The Dying Swan was a 4-minute dance piece created in 1905 for which famous ballerina? So name the ballerina.
Oh
A
God.
4-minute dance piece called The Dying Swan. It was specially created for her in 1905. What was her name?
I think it begins with M. My sister loves ballet, and she knows this. I can see her face. No, I don't know it. But I do really like ballet, and I can picture her face. Never mind, I've forgotten her name.
Name any ballet. If you can name any ballerina, you probably get it right.
1905.
Yes, 1905. Yeah. She performed the piece round about 4,000 times in her career. It's difficult.
I do. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to recall it.
Okay, it's Anna Pavlova.
Anna
Pavlova.
I just couldn't remember the name.
As question. You've got 3 and 2 and 1 is 6, and you got the 5 and the 7, which is 12. So that gives you a total of 18 scored, Rebecca.
Thanks, Paul.
Well, listen, it puts the Lib Dems in the lead, and that's the main thing, right? So you've done a great job, and you should be in a much easier seat next time. If you could stand in it, what is the most Lib Dem seat in Scotland?
What do you mean?
Well, like what's the most likely to return a Lib Dem to Holyrood?
Well, that is a very awkward question for me to ask when I work for the MSPs who are seeking re-election.
I suppose it is a little bit awkward.
Who's the most likely to come back to their job in a month?
Yeah, there is that way of looking at it. Is it?
I mean, we've held Shetland and Orkney for a long time. I was
going to say Shetland and Orkney, yeah, because they don't trust those Lowland Labour, Tory, all that stuff. No, it's just they'll go for the Lib Dems. Anyway, I hope you get out knocking doors before too long, Rebecca.
Thanks. Me too.
Thank you for doing the quiz. Really appreciate coming and doing this because obviously you're on the spot and everything like that. But 18 score for the Lib Dems. I'll be doing the league table shortly, and I'll let you know. I'll send you a link. Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Rebecca. Good night. Ooh, 18 scored. Now, listen, that is the lowest so far, but I tell you what, I think they were quite difficult. I think she was a bit unlucky with the questions, to be honest. It is, I've gone on a wee bit, haven't I? It's 26 minutes past. Rebecca is a nice person, yeah, and I hope she does well. Like 2016 result in Edinburgh North and Leith was quite heavy SNP. SNP or Labour are top 2. But you never know. Everybody starts off with 0 votes on the day. Anyway, we've got a quick bit of games for names for you lot, just to get the last few names on the wheel, and then we will be spinning the wheel at 8:30. So what do you want to do? You want to do Where Am I? I think you do, don't you? So let's get this on. Let's get a bit of Where Am I on. And first person to say the name of the town or city that we are in will get on the wheel. So here we go. Here's our first Where Am I tonight. All right. Just so you know what's going on. A little bit of Where Am I? Right. So fruit and veg, bit of superannuation, nice church. Bit of an apartment block over there, or flats or whatever. Birmingham, no. Largs, no. Aberdeen, no. Penzance, no. Kelso, no. Nah, it's not Kelso. Look, there's more than 3 people there. Can't be Kelso. $1.99 for the strawberries. Was that the plague? No, Prague, right? No. Oh, we have a right answer. We have a correct answer. It's Cambridge. That is absolutely right. That is from very little information at all. Well done, O Cats. That is Phil. I don't think anybody got it before you. But one person got it before you, but it was you. Further up there. Oh, that was you on Twitter. I replied to it, Robert. Have another look. Or I'll reply again. But anyway, O'Cats got on the wheel for that one. Well done. That is Phil. So copy and paste. There we go. Right. We've got time for two more. Definitely got time for the other two of these. And then we'll get spin the wheel. Might even be able to squeeze in something else. Right. Second, where am I tonight? Is this one. Now, where are we now? Again, name of the town or city that we are in. So it's a bit of outdoor dining. Some a bit of street life. Some architecture over there. Trees. Looks quite nice. Everyone looking pretty relaxed. There's some people crossing the road. They don't look like any danger of getting knocked over at all. It's a low traffic moment. York, Munich, Paris, Bern, Toulouse, Derry, York, Barwick, Lisbon, Munich. No, none of these places. Valencia, Dusseldorf, Hamburg, Lisbon. I don't think anyone's got the right country yet. Zurich, Geneva, Pau. No, it's not Pau. The Grand Hotel. That's where I'll stay. See, when I go there, that's where I'll stay. Grand Hotel. Dublin, Nice, Hamburg, Puerto Pollensa, Salzburg. No, none of these places. Madrid, Milan. No. We're getting a little bit closer. Alistair saying Stockholm. That's a good guess, but it's not right. Whitby, Vienna. Whitby. It's no Whitby. Pisa. No, it's not Pisa. It's not Stockholm. It's not Gothenburg. These are better answers. Ljubljana, Malmo. That's a good answer, but it's not there. Hamburg, Malmo, Gothenburg. Right? You're picking up in the country now, but you haven't got the right city yet. It looks like we're at the coast. I think that's the ferry down there. Malmo, Copenhagen, Irstadt, Rosenborg, Helsingborg is the right answer. Gary McInnes. That was quite difficult, that one. Well done, Gary. 2 hours, McInnes. Okay, on the wheel. Aye, these are all coming in with the Helsingborgs. Now, in Sweden, of course, Helsingborg. Right, I've got time for one more. This is the border between two countries. I want you to name both countries in the same comment. The first person who can name both countries that this border is in the same comment will get their name on the wheel. So let me just find it. Here it is. Okay. That's the actual border, right? I think that's the border right there. I think that's the idea. And what can we see? A river. Some tower blocks. I think there's one country over here and a different country over here. What we got? Korea, North and South, no. Germany and France, France and Germany, no. Italy and Austria, Argentina, Brazil, nope. So that's one country over here. Let's have a look at some of these people. What do they got? Quite a lot of boxes and things. Czechia and Slovakia, France, Germany, Oslo, Holland, Belgium, France, Switzerland. Nah, none of these. Czech, Slovak, India, Pakistan. Cambodia, Laos is like slightly closer to the mark. Now, what's going on there? What's that? India, Pakistan, no. Russia, Ukraine, no. USA, Canada, Thailand, Laos. That's definitely closer to the truth. China, Laos, that's right. We've got half of it now. Look at that. Whoa. Commerce. Big money. China, Nepal, China, Tibet, China, Mongolia. See, China's got quite a lot of borders, isn't it? China, Cambodia. No. China, Taipei. No. China, Vietnam. That's right. Yes, we got there in the end. Well done, Louisa. It is the border, but I think that's China that side, and that's Vietnam over here. Right? So loads of fun. And I think that's the border, and it's kind of weird zone in between. Looks like it's fairly easy to ship between the two because everyone's crossing the bridge. Everyone's having a day out in a different country. So China and Vietnam is correct, and Louisa goes on the wheel. Right, okay, we have gone over 8:30, so I'm just going to get on with it and get spinning. Well done, Louisa. Let's do some prizes. Right, okay. First prize tonight is going to be one of Karen's books. Nah, can't be. I've gone over time. I'll do some fun kazoo after the wheel, right? Just for fun. In fact, I'll put it on the wheel for next time. We'll do that. So we'll do a nice 8:30 spin, and then do a tiny little bit afterwards, just so you can enjoy the hell of Kazula Palooza. Right, let's get the wheel on. Where are we? Wheel of names. There we are. Right, there's all the names I've been typing in. There's the wheel. First prize tonight is a Karen Duff library book. I forgot to get any pictures, and I don't know what book it is. And rather than just spend time looking up, I'm just going to spin. We'll get a winner, and then I'll send you a book, or I'll get Karen to send you a book. So here we go. This is for a Karen Duff book. It's Mr. Doyle.
Jonathan Doyle.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if I should do... No, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about giving you a choice, Mr. Doyle, but it's a lot less. That opens up a world of pain. Anyway, you're a winner. I'm going to send you, get Karen to send you a book. So take Mr. Doyle off the wheel, and we spin again. This time, we are playing for a packet of household paintbrushes. A packet of household paintbrushes. How about that? Let's see what we can here. Alison, O-Cats, going to be O-Cats.
O-Cats.
Redecorating. You need brushes. And if you're not redecorating, then maybe you should. O-Cats, you have got the paintbrushes. Right, okay. Next prize is guaranteed to make you sad on the inside, but in a sort of amused way. Yes, it's Take a Break magazine and £100,000. Not just a scratch card, but a scratch card for £100,000 and Take a Break magazine. Featuring such headlines as this: crispy fried cheat, bucket of chicken, revealed my man's sordid affair. So, what a night in. Let's spin for Take a Break plus £100,000. There's Sean, there's Raymond, there's Joe, there's Sally. Happy gang.
Sally Happy Gang.
Yay. Right, okay. You will enjoy that, Sally. Got them all written down there. Right, it's time for the big prize. It's time for the beer from Cross Borders Brewery. Esk Bank or Dalkeith. You tell me the difference. That's where they're based anyway. And they're going to do some lovely beer, and they're going to do it for this next winner. Come on! Raymond, Joe, Alison, Gary. It's Gary McInnes.
Gary McInnes.
Yay! Now, Gary. Are you still in Portugal? Because if you are, you can't have the beer. Like Wilbur won the beer last week on Monday. He lives in Amsterdam, and I checked it out with Cross Borders, and they said, "Nah, we can't send. It's going to cost us £50 to send beer to Amsterdam." I was like, right, okay. So he nominated someone else, and Wilbur nominated a friend in the UK to receive the beer for him, which was nice. And that's the way that worked out. Now, Gary, you are here. That's great. Can we send it? Can we send it to Margaret Ann? Is that, have I got that right? Are you kind of at the same address? Can I get it when I come back next month? No, because I'm not going to do that, Gary, because I'm going to end up having, if I did that with people, I'd end up having stacks and different things at different times. Now, I just want to give them, I want to send them an email on a Tuesday and say, look, this is who to send the beer to. So can I send it to your address? Is there someone there? Because I know I've got your Edinburgh address. Let me just look up previous winners here. So Gary McInnes. That's an EH8 postcode. There's someone there, isn't there? All right. Right. Okay. Good. Right. I'll just send it there. That's fine. Sorted. Okay. So I'll put a tick next to that and write the word beer, otherwise I won't know what that is. There you go, Gary's the winner. Gary won the beer. Mr. Doyle won a book from Karen. O'Cats, that is Phil down in Surrey, won a set of paintbrushes. And Sally, maybe the best prize of the lot, actually. Who knows? Take a Break magazine. Full of absolute whoppers. What's this? Friend faked dying to get her dream wedding. How do people do these things, you know? And £100,000. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty red hot. Yeah, I know, like, the sympathy is not exactly pouring out of us, Gary. You know, oh no, you missed out on 2 beers, 2 growlers from cross borders, but you get to live in Portugal. In the meantime, do you know, Gary, how cold it is here today in Edinburgh? It's absolutely freezing. It's Baltic. I only went out once today. I went around to the shop. I thought I was going to die. Right, what's going on? Right, we're still waiting on prizes. The Cuban Choir CD, that was only, to be fair, that was only last Monday, and it's Wilbur who's sending it. He will get around to it. He's a good guy. And it's from Amsterdam, so there's all sorts of delays and costs or whatever. James Baker is going to be making a trip out of Edinburgh when that's possible, because it's not really possible at the moment. His business doesn't take him out that way. But what he said was that he will be doing those deliveries once it's possible. He'll have a list of people that he said okay to who are outside of Edinburgh, and he'll bring them all in one go. So it will happen, and it will be a beautiful thing when it happens, but it's not going to happen this week. Aye, it was cold enough to chill a growler. It was sunburned at the pub today. Well, serves you right. Wear some sunscreen, man. You're living in them southern latitudes. You should know that stuff by now. Cold in Largs today. Yeah, that's okay, David. No problem at all. The prizes, when people put up prizes, the deal is you put up a prize that gets you on the wheel. It's proved sort of semi-popular with some people. It's good. It's nice. It brings a lot of variety to the prizes, which is great. And I just trust people to post it out, and I don't really mind. And I don't think that people receiving the prizes mind if it takes a wee while. You know, let's face it. It's the nature of these prizes is that you know, your life's not hanging on a thread waiting for these things. So in a way, it's kind of good, because when it does turn up, it's like, oh, you know, oh, which is great. Right, I wonder if I think I can actually update the politics scoreboard while I'm here now. Rebecca got some tough questions, I have to say. She was unlucky. Like, I don't write them with any party in mind. I've just done a load of different sets of the 55-point format, and essentially at random. When I compiled them all, I had no idea who's going to be facing what set, and I just pull out a set at random. So she was a little bit unlucky there. to get those ones, I think. How did you lot do? Did you lot keep score on the 55 points? Let's just refresh this. Let's have a look. Anyway, nonetheless, it puts the Liberal Democrats in the lead on 67. Now, I'm going to see if I can just share this screen. I've just updated it. So you can see share screen application window. There we go. So there we are. You can see that? Yeah. That's where the updated points. So Lib Dems are up to 67. They are in first place. They're at the top of the poll. That's it. Where that transferred into Holyrood votes, they could probably form a ruling coalition with the Greens. And Labour SNP and Tories be fighting for the scraps. Imagine that. Jesus. Well, I'm down at Wardy Bay quite a bit, going for a walk. And how long did you last in the water, Marion? Because go down there for a walk with my daughter, and my friend Simon from around the corner, go for a walk down there, and was not in a pervy way, but from a distance, you can't help noticing the swimmers going in. And the usual thing is they tend to last about 4 minutes, something like that, about 4 minutes, and then they come back out again. And when they come out, they're red. They're just red people. White people go in, red people come out. Also, have you I noticed you said that earlier, Big. Actually, yeah, it's the Brass Monkey City Centre in Edinburgh. It's my old Wednesday late pub. I used to do 2 pubs on a Wednesday. Joker and the Thief on Elm Row early, and then taxi up to Brass Monkey. A lot of students in there. Good place. 10 minutes. That's not bad at all. I mean, that's outstanding, Marion. Do you have a wetsuit and stuff like that, or you just swimsuit? Because there's 2 different types. There's the folk who just go down with their shorts and whatever. They last about 3 minutes in the water, and they're back out again. And then you get the pros. They go down there and they got the zippy suits, wet suits, and the towing bag behind them and all that stuff. And no one ever used to go at Wardy Bay. I used to walk down there all the time. There was never anybody there. Never. And then lockdown, the place is like throbbing. It's like it's like Coney Island, sort of, except without any facilities or snacks. You're supposed to get out when you start to feel comfortable, aren't you? Right, I see. I understand, yeah. 10 minutes is a long time. Not all if it's swimming. What was it, 9.5 minutes contemplating? 9.5 minutes up to your knees going, no, I can't. Are Lib Dems first party to have a second shot at the quiz? Yes, they've played twice. Everyone else has played once on this table. So it just depends how it goes, We'll see. I'm hoping to fit in as many as I can between now and the election. I probably chatted a bit long tonight, to be honest. I says to them as well when I get in touch, I says it'll take 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So, but it's, I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. The political, pub quiz versus political. It's just a different way to look at the candidates without being too heavy into the politics, just get a bit of fun. It's good to see these people. It's good to hear about them. Like, you used to be a journalist, Someone I meant to ask, actually, can anyone get into this? If you've got any questions that you want me to ask, get in touch, let me know. Leave a comment. Is Douglas Ross coming on? I've not actually contacted him directly. I would assume he's pretty busy, like the leaders. I mean, it'd be great to get one of the leaders. Terrific. I need to follow up my Green contact because he said he would ask the Harvey guy if he'd do it. That'd be good. Just give him a load of questions about meat. What's better, bacon roll or a square sausage? How long do you have to be a vegan for before one pig is saved? You know what I mean? I try to put my own biases to the side, Gary. Like, I'm no Tory, right? But see the guy who was on for the Tory party, he was a good guy. You know, despite notwithstanding the aforementioned, notwithstanding the obvious, but he was all right. He's a good guy. He liked a full breakfast, you know, and was tweeting about the value for money of the full breakfast in a polystyrene container from his local eatery in Cowdenbeath. And I thought, that's fair enough. Guy's sticking up for his local takeaway. That's all right. Oh, Kazula for fun. Right, okay. Yeah, all right. Let's see. Get this one. Hang on, get my drum machine on first. I've not looked up any... oh no, I do have a list actually of... what do you call them? BPMs. Right, try this one. Hang on, just opening up Beatcraft, which is the name of the drum machine program. Open project. Oh, come on. Kazula Palooza. 170 BPM. Let's try this. That's it. Yeah. I am a woman in love. Yeah, that's right. Barb Streisand. Tell you what, I'll stick to my word. I'll put you on the wheel for that, right, for next time. Actually, that works because the wheel remembers who's on the wheel. So I'm going to go over to the wheel, remove everybody that's on it, and I'll put Natters on this. This is the wheel for Wednesday night, right? This is like a bit of bonus action. It's quite a good way to do it because everyone hates Kazula Palooza, apart from like 3 people. So we can do it kind of a little Kazula club after. When does the politics theme end? May the 6th. Election. You think Douglas Ross would like to do it? Yeah, I know. It's all about how much time he's got. I mean, the leaders in particular will be ferociously busy at this time. You like it? Different way to make the candidates. Aye, good. I'm a woman in love, and I do anything. Right, let's try another one. What we got here? Okay, 143 BPM. Let's try this one. Oh, what? It's that kick drum. Don't need that. Let's try just this. Yay! That's it. Stand and deliver. How's it Natters again? 2 out of 2. 2 for 2. Amazing. This is it. It's Natters game. Yeah. Outstanding. Didn't give you a year or anything. Cross it off here. Right. Something a little bit more gentle now. Loads of people got it. Well done, but Natters was first. That diddly quack quack. That diddly quack quack. Oh, thanks, Gary. Yeah, it was right up there. Top 10, anyway. Now, let's try this one. Let's try and remember how this starts. I think this is one where I'm just going to have to go straight to the chorus. Hang on. If I quickly look up the lyrics, then that'll help me remember how it starts. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, no. It's actually quite good to get the start right. You ready for this? There's Caravan of Love, House Martins. Yay! I started off okay, went a bit wonky, pulled it back on the chorus. Caravan of Love, B is on the wheel. There we go. Justice is served. All the Kazula Palooza fans, which is literally Natters and Beak, get on the wheel, but for Wednesday. Hey, all right, I'll do. I did 3 Kazula Paloozas. That's first rule of Kazula Palooza Club is don't talk about it. Don't tell anybody about it. But we'll do it after the main quiz sometimes if I don't have to rush off. Right? Little private club, little after hours, little lock-in Kazula Palooza. That's a good idea, actually. You know what? It's a good idea just having a few things to get some names on the wheel for next time. That's not a terrible idea in itself. Not just what do you call it? Not just Kazula Palooza. Kazula Speakeasy. Oh, you fucking beauty. Look at that. Hang on a second. Look, Lockin's just got good. I have a bottle of Jack Daniels for a prize. We'll message you with a pick, Louisa. Be worth about 6 places on the wheel. Bottle of JD. I'll have all the rockers coming in, so they can be like Slash. The wheel remembers. The wheel never forgets. But more importantly, the wheel remembers. It doesn't hold a grudge, but it just holds names between login sessions. That's outstanding, Louisa. Thank you very much. What I've started doing on Fridays now is a kind of party box. So 2 weeks ago it was Bucky. No, 3 weeks ago it was Bucky. Then it was what was it there? Oh yeah, Smirnoff Ice. Jenny got that. Then this week it was Blue Wicked, which I've got packaged up, ready to send up to Kirsty at the High Street. Fantastic. But it's not all it is. You know, like the party box is the Smirnoff Ice. Like, for example, the Smirnoff Ice, the Tatty Scones, the Tunnocks, tea cakes, and some party poppers. So stuff like that. Right, I'm out here. It's nearly 9 o'clock. It's time for your bed, folks. I know it's Monday. Well, it's Easter Monday. In fact, it's Easter Monday. Stay up as late as you want. Get Jesus Christ Superstar on. Watch that. I don't know. I wouldn't want a bottle of Jack Daniels because it goes right through me. But I'm sure there's a lot of people. It's still popular in the pubs, JD and Coke. Or, you know, when pubs was a thing. A lot of people are a Wookie cock. Seconds behind is second, and second is nowhere. That's the creed of Linford Christie. Right, I'm out of here. Thanks for doing the quiz, folks. Remember, if you haven't uploaded your scores already, then please do that. That's great because it makes a much more interesting scoreboard the more people that upload. Where's the score upload thing? Here it is. Last thing I'm going to do is just put that in the chat, and then other last thing I'm going to do is just say thanks to everybody who has donated. I really appreciate it. If you ever want to donate, the donation link's always in the information under the video. And I'm also just going to paste it in here just in case anyone's thinking, oh, slipped a boy a cheeky. And that's my donation link there. Right, thanks for doing the quiz, everybody. It was a good quiz tonight. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing all your scores. Well done to Rebecca Bell for the Lib Dems. Putting the Lib Dems into first place on the old pub quiz versus politics score sheet. Despite a very difficult set of questions, I think she was unlucky. And I'll be back on Wednesday. Possibly with a person from the Green Party. They might get the second chance to go second. We'll see. That's kind of who I want ideally. I want to keep them in the same order. Well, I've already changed it. It doesn't matter, actually. If I can get a Labour person for Wednesday, I'll take a Labour person. Or the others. But I've got Katrina MacDonald for Edinburgh South for the SNP. She's coming on Friday. So that's us. Thanks for doing the quiz and good night. Good night, good fun. Hey, talking of catchy phrases, that's good. Good night, good fun. I like it. I'm going to use that. Good night, good fun.